They knew I was a liability from day one. I woke up to the sound of my heart in my chest. It was as if it had physically relocated to my ribcage, pounding like a chainsaw ripping into wet flesh. Something was wrong. My skin itched, a deep, crawling feeling that I needed to rip it off. I am not crazy. I am not crazy. I saw the eyes move. My phone rang. I picked it up, but there was no answer, just static, and a faint whisper of my own voice saying, I am not crazy. My phone must have fallen into water because the sound of it dripping out of the charger hole was louder than a ringing. I got out of bed and stumbled to the kitchen to get some water. The smell of rotting meat masked by cheap vanilla spray hit me in the face, and I gave my stomach churn. The sound of a wet sponge being torn apart echoed in my ears. My head ached. Every step felt like I was drowning in quicksand. The phone rang again. I picked it up, and this time my best friend Jenny was on the other side. Hello, Hayes, not Jenny, she said, her voice trembling. What do you want? I am not crazy. We all knew you were unstable from the start. Your performance reviews are all there to prove it. She added a chuckle that sent shivers down my spine. I thought back to all the times Jenny had been over at my place, and I showed her my creative ideas for new marketing campaigns. She never once showed any interest, but now she was calling to tell me they've been watching me, monitoring my every move and keystroke. They knew I was a liability from day one, and it was only a matter of time before they took me down. I walked into my living room and my eyes landed on an empty chair. It was empty, not literally though. It was like the air had been sucked out of it, like it was a vacuum cleaner sucking up every shred of hope. I had a piece of paper caught my eyes. It was a memo from the marketing team to human resources regarding my termination. I felt the feeling of my teeth softening and melting into my throat. It was as if my body was made of putty. Something was watching me. I spun around, but there was no one there. I heard footsteps coming from the hallway. They were faint but unmistakable. I thought back to all the strange occurrences at work, weird looks from coworkers, whispers in the supply closet, strange emails sent by the CEO. It all made sense now. They had been planning this all along, and I had fallen right into their trap. I am not crazy. My name is Emily, and I am a marketing executive at Smithson & Co. My team leader Tom and I had been working late one night on a new campaign. His hand brushed against mine, but I pushed it away because I knew he was trouble, and I had been warning my boss. A chill ran down my spine as I thought about all the late nights I stayed after the office was closed. Jenny would join me, and Tom would come to visit her. We all laughed and joked, but I knew Tom had an ulterior motive. I looked down at my hands, and they looked like translucent parchment paper over grey muscle and skin that felt like it was about to peel off. I saw the words, "You are a liability," scribbled on the wall in red blood. They knew I was a liability from day one, but why now? Why was it happening to me? Why was I being torn apart from the inside out?